I grew up in Georgia, and it was me, my two brothers, my mom, and my dad. And we lived in a pretty nice house because my dad worked for Northwest Airlines. So we had some decent money, but my dad was also an alcoholic, so he wasn't around that much because he was either sleeping during the day or working at night. So I never saw him. My dad got a job transfer to Washington, so he moved up there while we stayed back for a little bit. And then in August, we moved to Washington, and we found an apartment. We lived in the apartment for a while, and we didn't really have a bunch of money, but we still were able to make it through. And well, it was first grade, so I barely knew anyone. And we lived in that apartment until about December 24th, so all the way up until Christmas. Time went on, first grade, I made some friends, Bella and Brandon. They were really good friends. I actually trusted them and everything. Second grade went by, normal. Third grade came. It seemed normal at first until January came of that year. It was about 10 o'clock on a Wednesday, and I heard my brothers crying. So I went outside. I went out into the living room, and my mom was sitting next to the table, and she told me that my dad was in the hospital and he died because he was kind of an alcoholic, and so he died from alcohol. And so I didn't know how to respond to that. I just kind of stood there. And I didn't really comprehend it until the next day. I walked into the gym because it was raining that day, so they made us go inside. And I just walked into our line in the corner of the gym, and I just sat down. And my friend Dara, she said, "You look sad." And I just looked up at her and said, "My dad died." Yeah, middle of 5th grade, my mom went on eHarmony and met a guy named Mark, and they dated for a while. And he seemed really nice, and he was. About in 7th grade, 2 days after my birthday, on September 26th, they got married. Well, we became the Brady Bunch. 3 Mexicans, 3 Koreans, and 2 white parents. I started going to church and a little bit in 7th grade when Chloe took me to some frisbee golf thing, and I kind of just, after that I was like, this seems like fun, so I just kept, going back every once in a while. Last February, I started doing setup every week, so I haven't missed a day since then. I think since, throughout my childhood, I've always believed in Jesus, but I never really, prayed unless it was something I wanted. And eventually, I started just praying for, other people, and it became, something I did daily at night. And I can't really fall asleep unless I actually finish praying. So it's kind of weird. And I read my Bible now, but I feel like I'm the same person, but I'm different. If I didn't go to church, I'd probably be a lot meaner. And who knows, maybe I wouldn't have the friends that love me right now. But I know Jesus has done something in my life, because after I lost my dad, I didn't really know what to do, but I knew somehow it was all going to be taken care of. I know, I know I'll keep my faith. I'll still be going to church. I could be jam-packed with homework in college, and I'll still be going to church, no matter what really happens. Because I know he has something planned bigger for me than what I think I have planned. Jesus has actually done something in my life that has changed how I am and who I'm going to be someday.